Alright, here we go. There we go. Now I'm not being an idiot about this. We can get going here, and we can see this magnificent run. By my standards, anyway. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's a bad run, and I'm just tricking you all right now. But yeah, I was pretty happy with this run. I'm not gonna... It's not... It is a PB. It is not a trick or anything, if you guys were actually worried about that. And also, I want you guys to let me know if the audio levels are bad, because I can't really tell with the... Because with the capture card, I can sort of tell if the audio levels are okay, because they're always okay, if that makes sense. I never really have to mess with them or anything, but since this is like a new... I'm recording a video, pretty much, or I'm streaming a video, I can't really tell if the audio levels are okay or not. I can't remember if this I explained this already, or if that was when my mic wasn't working, so pardon me if I've already asked you guys to let me know if the audio is okay, but... It's not a trick, it's a ruse. So I'm tricking you by telling you it's not a trick, just because I'm using a different word for it, I guess. But I always got the right idea. It does sound a little too loud to me. It's weird playing a video of my PB, because I'm sitting here like, man, I really gotta... you know, play, but I don't have to play. I just have to watch and, like, explain what happened, I guess. I'll turn it down just a touch here. Alright, the audio level should be fine now. But yeah, you guys get to relax a little, knowing that I will not fail the first cycle, 7.5 or 7 minutes and 45 seconds in. Which is always a good thing. Because when you're doing live runs, you never know if you're going to get past the first cycle or not. One thing I kind of want to do in this run is maybe explain a little bit more than I usually do. Because when I'm doing real runs, or when I'm playing and streaming, or when I'm playing live and streaming, it's kind of hard for me to explain what's going on. Like, if I really try, I can. Like, if my goal for that run is to explain everything I'm doing, I can do it just fine. But for some reason, if I just try to throw explanations in the middle of the run, it's a little, hard for me to do. But anyway, one thing I want to try to do in this run is maybe explain a little bit more about stuff. And also, for anybody that hasn't watched lately, this is a new route. I've only done this route twice, and it's not the same route as, well, obviously it's a new route. It's not the same route that I used, like, for the first 150 attempts or whatever. So I'll probably be explaining a little bit about that. And especially if you haven't seen the route before, it looks a lot faster, and it probably is quite a bit faster, but it's not as fast as it might look. Alright, I turned the audio down. Let me know if that's okay. I had a feeling that was happening, but I couldn't tell. I guess it would be kind of hard to tell right now because there's not that much audio going on, but... Like, I turned my mic up all the way, and I turned the game audio down to like 50%, so I can turn the game down more if need be. Is it still too loud? Alright, let me know if that's okay. It's a whole new world here of me trying to figure out how to stream a video. So I'm not really sure how to, you know, work everything yet, apparently. With a capture card, it's easy. You can just, like, turn down the input of the capture card. With this, there's, like, 2 different audio controller places, and then you got your mic, and your mic has the gain on the back and the system audio, and there's just a whole bunch of different crazy stuff you have to worry about. Yeah, let me know what the status of the game audio is right now, or the audio levels, I guess. I don't really remember what happened in this run, so it'll be kind of cool to go back and watch and see exactly what went wrong. And like, there's one big mistake that I remember. You know, I'm pretty sure right here I actually grabbed that ledge coming up, if I remember correctly. Of course. Well, there's the first mistake in the entire run, but really that didn't waste so much time. New strats right here, like, it's not a big deal, but if you don't roll, or if you don't spin towards that flower, apparently it's actually faster, but sometimes I forget. It's probably like 1/4 of a second faster or something. I kind of want to see what my time is here for the Happy Mass Salesman. Because I remember, yeah, my movement wasn't even good right there. I don't really remember how my pause buffering was. Well, there was one failed buffer right there. There's 2 failed buffers. Okay, that end of it went pretty well. Also, I just remembered my mic is going to have a 1.5 second delay. Do that real quick. I'm not sure if I have to stop the stream for that to be fixed. If not, I don't think it's really that big of a deal. I did just change it, though. I'm gonna have to remember to change all these settings back when I actually, you know, do more runs and stuff. Which I'm probably gonna forget, so whatever. Yeah, the reason it's like 1.5, or I think it might have actually been 1.7, I don't even really remember. The reason it's like that is because the Elgato has a delay. So I actually have to delay my mic a little bit for it to match up. I need to get a not HD mic, or, of course, a non-HD capture card, I should say. Just so I can not have to worry or deal with all that. Alright, well, there was another mistake right there, not a big deal, but things I don't normally do. Hey, Puff, how you doing? Yeah, HD mics are the way of the future. In all seriousness, this mic for like, I think it cost 150 and it was on sale or something. It's a Blue Yeti Pro microphone. Alright, I'm gonna have to remember to actually split and stuff. I don't know what was going on there. When I do offline runs, I don't pay attention as much as I do if I'm doing it live, if that makes any sense at all. So there's probably like, gonna be like a lot of movement mistakes and stuff. And I was like listening to somebody stream while this is going on too. Alright, before we get too much farther into the run, I just want to make absolutely sure that the audio levels are okay. Alright, if the audio's fine, then I guess we're good to roll here for another however long the run is. Top secret, even though I did already say. But if you know and somebody asks and they don't know, I would prefer to keep it in the dark, so to speak. Anyway, here you guys might remember my old route, I had to get 90 rupees. And getting 90 rupees actually is a benefit in this route as well, but in this route it only saves like... Wow, I can't believe I didn't grab that rupee, but in this route it only sounds like, or it only saves like maybe 3 to 6 seconds or something instead of like 10 to 12. And the new way of using the 90 rupees, I'm not even really entirely sure yet because it uses the new bottle dupe. But with the route that I'm using, you only need to get 60 rupees out here instead of the 90 that I usually get. And I'll explain more about their, usage coming up as well. But I generally have pretty good rupee luck. Like, even when we needed 90 rupees to save a pretty good amount of time, I would pretty much always get it, which is a good thing. Like, I've already got 70 here. I think I do end up with 80. If you get 60, you end up with 69 rupees to buy your bomb shoes with. And I'm trying to think, I think 69 might be a 1-frame trick. If you get 60 rupees, you have to do that 2-for-1 thing that normally you only have to do like 2 times throughout the run. But if you only get 60, you have to do it like a 3rd time. If you get 70, you also have to do it, but it's like impossible to not spam A fast enough. And if you get 80, you have enough bomb shoes to buy it without actually stealing, or you have enough rupees to buy the bomb shoes without stealing from the bomb shop guy. So even though, bottom line, I didn't get 90 rupees right here, we are still pretty much fine. Actually, we're perfectly fine, because if you get 80, like I was saying, you don't have to do anything special or anything. Also, the interesting thing, might not be the best time to point it out right now, but in the old route that I did, if you got 90, you would just deposit the 90 rupees and then not go to that rupee chest at the beginning of the second cycle, but now you actually do, no matter what. And the cool thing about not having to get 90 is you have quite a bit of time afterwards. Like, you don't have to worry about if you're going to get to the bank on time or not for the most part. I think I actually do a bunch of spins here, yeah. That was not actually that big of a waste of time. It turned out to not waste any time at all. It is just frustrating, though, when that happens, because there's not really much reason why that should ever happen. But I only deposited 80 rupees right there, because that's really all you need. It was my first run after the race, but it wasn't until maybe 5 hours after the race or something like that. I was just doing like runs last night offline, and this is what I happened to get. Now, I didn't go directly in front of the door, so I lost a little bit of time, but not that much. Bongo, thank you for following. And Davy Jones, welcome to the stream. Just restreaming an offline run I had from last night. Also with the new route, I have a different set of splits here. Like, normally my first split would be at the bomb bag, but now it's at the Ocarina, just because in the old route, depending on if you got 90 rupees or if you didn't, the bomb bag was a kind of a focal point for the two routes, whether you got 90 or not. Now it doesn't really matter how many rupees you get, so Ocarina of Time's a more apt, you know, measure of how you're doing in Cycle 1. Before, if you got 90, you would have to go to the bank. If you didn't get 90, you wouldn't go to the bank. So the Ocarina of Time wasn't a very accurate split, pretty much. And sometimes I do runs without recording them. I'll never do that again. By the way, I always want to have my runs recorded. Alright, so I've got to remember to split right here. I like having the Ocarina of Time split. It's a little more iconic, I guess, if you want to call it that, than the bomb bag. And that wasn't even a particularly good Ocarina of Time split right there. I had a bad salesman skip, and the movement before the salesman skip was bad. So there's probably a good 10-ish seconds I could save right there. Hey Bird, how you doing? I do wish I was still subscribed to Bisnap so I could raise my Bismiss, but unfortunately at the moment I am not. Wow, I'm surprised I played the Song of Time without messing it up. You know, I actually came up with the term Bismiss for Bisnap to use. It actually used to be Bis Waifu. I think it was that for like 20 minutes or something. Like, okay, what happened was he submitted the emote, it got accepted, and he told me what it was, and I was like, oh, you should have made it Bismiss, and it happened to, or they changed it. So I do claim credit for that. Of course, I didn't actually draw the emote or anything, so I have no claim to fame for that. You finally got to watch the last episode of Kingdom Hearts with audio. Yeah, I left it without audio for too long, even though it wasn't my fault. Even it was my fault for leaving it off for that long, but I can't believe YouTube just completely ruined it. That's why things like that are why I'm nervous for YouTube taking over Twitch. Like, they ruined several of my videos, and I had to re-upload them. I wouldn't have cared if they were like, we're gonna have to take your revenue and give it to, you know, the proper people. That would have been fine, but they completely silenced it. And then when I used, and thank you Not Rack for following, they completely silenced them, and when I used their own built-in, like, song removal thing to get them unmuted, step one was it made everything off-sync, and that would have been okay. I could have lived with that. Of course, I would fail that song. Twice, apparently. I could have lived with the fact if they were just a little bit off-sync, because it was like maybe a second or two. But then I won the copyright or content ID match dispute or whatever after a month or whatever. And after I won it, it went back to being completely silent for no reason. And after you don't have a copyright claim anymore, there's nothing you can do to change the video. And it was just a big mess, pretty much. I don't know. Yeah, it's not like a done deal yet, apparently, but if it is, there are goods and bads, pros and cons to be had here, of course. Like with anything, pretty much. But I'm particularly worried about YouTube taking over Twitch. They could give them more resources and stuff, which is a good thing. But if they handle the content ID like they did with YouTube, it won't be pretty. Like, I'm willing to see how well they handle it, but I have seen how they handled YouTube, and even though YouTube is still passable, I really feel like YouTube used to be better back in the day. So I'm not too eager to see how Google/YouTube handles Twitch. You're home and you have Chinese food. I better PB you right. I'll do my best. I'll do a no reset run. How about that? Yeah, people say, you know, they're gonna go to Hitbox or whatever, but I think Hitbox is just too small for everybody to move to it. Maybe if more people start to use it, they'll, you know, expand or whatever, but I just don't know. You can solve a normal cube 2/3 of the way, you forget the 3rd layer. Yeah, I know the noob way of doing like the first 2 layers, and I can get the cross on the other side, but after that I just don't really remember anymore. And apparently there are methods other than like what are given in the, you know, the Rubik's Cube manual or whatever, and I have no idea what all that's about. I am Rack AMA. Well, I have no questions for Rack. Anybody else? And by the way, you might be wondering why I'm going to grab the 99 rupees right here if I already deposited 80 or whatever. The 99 that I'm getting right here, I'm going to use to buy the bomb bag and 10 rupees, or 10 bomb shoes. And then I get the 80 out of the bank and buy 2 more sets of bomb shoes. I can't tell if it's really Rack making all of these, or if there are like if there's a community of Rack impersonators out there. Alright, so normally my first split would be right here, but not now anymore. Oh, another thing. Right here, I'm going to equip the bombs and bomb shoes on 2 C buttons. We don't use that 3rd C button until we get back to Clock Town, because we're actually going to dupe over that. So that is another new part of the route. And another new part of the route, right here, if you untarget, you can get up here using 1 fewer chew than you normally would. So I have 1 extra chew right now, which I'll be able to use to hover in just a second. That was a bad mega flip. Not really a big deal. So now what we do is activate the owl statue and then jump off. And of course hover. And we're going to store the Song of Double Time right here. Potato King Rack, thank you for following. We store the Song of Double Time right here because we need it to be nighttime. And that just happens to be the fastest way of doing that. So we do need to withdraw the 80 from before, like I was saying. And what we're going to do now is withdraw 80, or buy 20 bomb shoes with our 80 rupees. We actually have 89. So we're pretty good on the rupee front here. And later on, I'm trying to remember how many rupees we need later on. I don't know, I think our rupee count is always good in this route. I can't really remember. Yeah, this is a new route. This is actually my second run with the new route. In the old route, you would not do Song of Double Time, and after you hit the owl statue, you would just go south through the South Clocktown exit to go to the swamp. In the new route, we actually come over here, pull out a bomb, and blow up that rock that we're about to hit. And I'll just let this speak for itself, I guess. I don't know why I untargeted right there. You're not supposed to do that. It doesn't mess anything up, but it's entirely not required.
Give me strength.
Turkin, thank you for following. It's 211 because this was the first run I did, and I had to use an extra bomb right here, by the way. It's 212 is my splits because the splits that you see are the first run I did with the new route. So here's the new, or that was sort of the new thing, the wrong warp to the Deku Palace. Now this right here is actually harder than it looks because when you do the jump, you actually clip up like that. So while it's not random by any means, and there's another like clip jump right there. It's not random at all, but it looks like it's gonna fail pretty much every time. And if you're just a little bit too low, it will fail pretty much every time. But anyway, we're in the Deku Palace now. And this route's actually been known for quite a while. Oni-clan, or Oni-clan, thank you for following. This route's been known for a little while, but I haven't really felt the need to do it. It's not as fast as it looks. I think it only saves, like, I think I've heard like 20 seconds or something. I'm not sure what the actual estimate is, or like a real estimate is. Like, I've heard everything from 1 second to like a minute. And I'm not sure why there's such a discrepancy in the amount of time it saves, but it does save time. Oh, I gotta split in just a second. Yeah, actually, this is the route that the world record uses. So now, if I just play well, which is easier said than done, I could world record. Before, with my other route, it was too slow. Like, even if you played perfectly, I don't think you could get a world record with it. But with this route, you actually can. So now it's just down to grinding, I guess. I don't know if I really care to get the world record, but if I wanted to, with this route, I could get it. In the old route, we would go, after the Deku Palace, we would warp to the mountain village. But in this route, we haven't grabbed the Song of Soaring yet, or the red potion, which we need to dupe later. So we have to go grab those right now. Alright, see you later, bird. Where's Alice when you want to tell her a joke? Yeah, I think Alice is gonna miss our PB here. Darn. Alright, so here's another new trick right here. It's not new as far as, like, existing, but it's new in my route. Like I was saying before, we have to go backwards through the swamp. And you might notice down that there is an octo down there, so we can't just bounce by them. So we have to do the reverse octo skip, which I think is way cooler than the other way of doing it. Or the, the forward octo skip. So right here, I wasn't sure if I needed to grab these rupees or not, because later on we do need to buy more bomb shoes. So I just went ahead and grabbed them. It was probably like a 2-second time waste if I didn't need them. And I think I actually have like a permanent, what am I even saying? A perfect bomb count. If not, I'm only like one behind or something like that. Alright, that was kind of a waste of time right there that I don't usually do, but not a big deal. And right here, I could have done the Hess or whatever, but I didn't really care to. I wasn't sure how many bombs I would need later on. And I actually forgot, like, we're gonna go to Mountain Village in just a second. I couldn't remember, or I forgot that you get 5 bombs right there, so I was like, oh man, I don't even have enough bombs right now as it is. If I had remembered that I would be getting 5 bombs in just a second, I would have done it, but I forgot. Yeah, this is actually a new route. Gonna grab me a nice refreshing bottle of DHM, I guess. Hey, B-Rack, how you doing? There's another small time saver right here. I don't know how much time it saves, maybe 1 second or something. That recoil flip of victory is just amazing right there. I'm a pretty big fan. I think I'd play better offline, I'm not really sure. Maybe I don't have to like worry about, you know, concentrating on the chat and playing, but there is something, I don't know, I like streaming runs live better. We all get the hype at the same time. Yeah, it's all, I added a couple of new splits too, because the route is different. The breadfish is when I get these or a mess. Alright, so here we're going to be doing, like I usually do, we do bottle duping right here. But you might notice that I still only have 2 C buttons used, and what that allows me to do is dupe over that. So for the most part, it's going to look kind of the same, but equips after this are going to be different. So the equip after this is going to give me an extra bottle. So I had to think about this equip right here, just because it's a weird equip. So I just duped over that empty C bottle, or C button right there, which means that we don't have to dupe over bomb shoes, which means we can go buy bomb shoes right now and not have to come get bomb shoes after the New Wave Bossa Nova. I have a pretty good bomb count right now, too. You know, the funny thing is, buying the bomb shoes at Clocktown and not going back, which is called the empty C route, it only saves, I think, 5 or 6 seconds or something like that, so it's not even a big deal, but there's no reason to not do it. It's not really any harder. And if it saves time, it saves time. I think Twitch is probably onto your rack. Alright, that was a waste of time right there, but not a big deal. Maybe 5 seconds or something. Yeah, the gameplay is not live right now. The commentary is live, and I'm running the splits right now live. But I recorded the actual gameplay offline last night. I did an offline run, in other words. So far, I haven't really made any huge mistakes or anything. I've made a bunch of small mistakes, but nothing major. My first major mistake of the run is going to be in probably like 2 minutes or so. But with the new empty C route, that bottle on C left right now, you cannot change it. You can't move it or anything. If you equip something over it, you lose that bottle, and your run is over at that point, pretty much. So, you have to do crazy equips, like I'm about to do. And I think I actually mess up the equip right here. And you'll understand why, because you have to equip like a million things. So it wasn't a big deal. I paused one extra time because the first equip should have been the Deku Mask and the potion, but not a big deal overall. But all of that just because you're not allowed to touch the C left bottle. Ready your Reggies. Yeah, have those at the ready. Or have them at the Reggie, I guess. Weird right now, but I just stood there at first because usually I have bombs on C left, and that is not how it is right now, so I was a little confused at first. Now this part went perfectly fine. I'm pretty sure I messed up like 2 super slides in the actual fortress, and that isn't even the mistake that I was talking about, even though that wastes like 8-ish seconds. I guess we'll see right here. I'm pretty sure I failed this one and the next one. Yeah, I rolled too early that time. And that time. That is not a huge mistake, and that's not even the mistake I was talking about, but that was a pretty, in the context of the run so far, a pretty large mistake right there even. Now, I'm not sure, the mistake happens right here. I'm not sure how this happens exactly, because it looked pretty good to me. I guess I'll let you guys be the judge of that. Not really sure how that happened. I lined everything up pretty perfectly. So that was probably like a minute of time wasted or something, maybe? Not a big deal, though. Fortunately, I had one bomb left. If I hadn't had one extra bomb, I would not have been able to try it again, and the run would have been over. Yeah, I got wrecked there, and I'm really not sure why. I was pretty nervous that this wasn't going to work either. Does it have to do with the position of the guard? The guard moves the same way every time, and I did it really quickly there, so I'm not really sure what happened. I think I might have gone a little bit too far left, but I've never, in the 150-ish attempts I've ever had, I've never had that happen, so I'm really not sure what happened. But I no longer have a split here for the hookshot because between Redfish and the hookshot, there's not that much that goes on. So pretty much everybody that has adopted this route has adopted the Pirate's Fortress split, which is at the end of it. And since you can't use C left at all, the equips in the Pirate Fortress are kind of weird. That looks like it was going to be bad at first, but it worked out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Rag is just talking to himself. I'm not sure why or, you know, what's going on there, but, you know, we can just leave Rag how he's, or leave him to his own devices, I guess. He can do what he's gonna do, I guess. You know, there's another trick that could be implemented here. I actually recorded it. I'm not sure if I discovered it. I'm pretty sure it was known, but I found two of my own setups for it. The only problem, I'm gonna link it to you guys in the chat in just a second. Let me find it. The only problem with these is that it gives you 13 or 14, or wait, no, 14 or 15, I think, bomb shoes to use in Woodfall, which would mean that you would have to do mega flips. So here, you guys can watch that, I guess. This trick would be used coming up, but it is a weird trick. That fight went pretty well. Can't be too mad about that. Alright, so here's a new trick, by the way. It doesn't save that much time right here, but later on it does save quite a bit of time. So normally I would try to get out of here without fighting these fish at all. But if we do a special new thing, we can actually use our Ocarina underwater. And if you look at my equips, I do not have the Ocarina equipped. I think I failed it once, yeah. Actually, I'm not sure if I get it to work here or not. Yeah, here we go. So that's a trick right there called Ocarina items, which means that we get to save a pause right there because we don't have to equip the Ocarina. Split there. That was a bad split, by the way. But we don't have to equip the Ocarina, and you can also play it underwater. Yeah, the dumb thing about the pirate fight is that she can take anywhere from 4 to 8 hits. And it seems to be random, which is a dumb mechanic for a fight, I think. And it makes the fight pretty variable in length in a speed run. But I just got rid of the duped egg, or not the duped egg, but the egg in the bottle that was duped from the empty C button. So I don't really have to worry about it too much now. There are only 3 more eggs that we have to get anyway. And I'm pretty sure we actually have 3 real quote-unquote bottles right now, so I don't have to worry about accidentally duping or getting rid of that bottle or anything now. But we used to go to Pinnacle Rock first. We do that second now. Now, right off the bat, if you're used to my old route, or most of the old routes pretty much, you might notice a new route here through the rock, or through Pinnacle Rock, I should say. The old route used to be this egg, and then go to the bottom, and then go to the top, because you had to swim out, but with the new trick, where you can play the ocarina underwater, you don't have to go all the way up anymore. You can soar out from the bottom. So when I grab this, I can just soar out of here. I'm not sure how much time that saves, but you don't have to swim up anymore, and the Marco clip where you just swim through the thing is no longer a trick that's used. Even with all the new tricks, I would say this is probably the worst part of the run. After this, pretty much everything is just straight action, but before it, not too much is going on. Or during it, I guess. Actually, okay, the beginning of the second cycle now is actually really action-packed with a lot of tricks and stuff, but after the Deku Palace... Well, okay, I'm not even sure. After you warp back to Clocktown until now, there's really not that much stuff that goes on. But since I already have bomb shoes, we no longer have to go back to Clocktown now to buy bomb shoes. We just have to soar straight back here. Because now we get to go to the Great Bay Temple and not have to worry about buying bomb shoes, because we already have bomb shoes, because we did the empty sea bottle dupe thing. It's getting really lightning outside. Really thundery. Hopefully the stream doesn't go down or anything. You could probably save a little bit of time here, but not by not being bad. Like, there's no reason I should have caught this fairy. It was just old, scared strats coming back to me, I guess. I could have saved probably 5 to 10 seconds right there, something like that. And I did get a pretty perfect Kevin Turtle. I might have buffered one too many times, but not a big deal overall. I think you can avoid that final buffer, but I would hate to get all the way there and accidentally not buffer as many times as I need to and fail Kevin Turtle. Another thing I could add to the route is right here. If you guys might have probably never have seen it unless you've seen like Inops runs. He's like the only one that I know that actually does it. Maybe SVA, he might do it. But there's a way you can skip the cutscene that's about to play by using time stop and some weird tricks with the hookshot in that tree, or one of the trees on his back. But it doesn't save that much time, and it's not even that difficult, but unless you're sure you can get it, I would say it's just not worth it. SVA actually found a pretty cool setup for it that I might try to learn, because it makes it not as dumb to do. Now this right here, I'm pretty sure that wouldn't have worked because I didn't touch the torch, so that was a time waste. I'm pretty sure this one right here also doesn't work. I wasted a lot of time right here. My muscle memory was just not on point. Like, I held down right there instead of up right, which made it fail. That time I just didn't even put a bomb down. Like, I don't know what was up with me. So I could have saved quite a bit of time right here, but I did not. Fortunately, the first time I actually put a bomb down, it worked. Wait, did I picnic? It looks like the stream's still live for me. The only reason I'm worried is because it's actually storming pretty bad outside right now. So it's not outside of the realm of possibility that I could be picnicking right now. Even though it does look fine on my end. Since my bomb count is so low, I'm gonna have to grab bombs after Great Day. And I wish I hadn't grabbed that fairy, because I'm pretty sure I have a pretty good Bjork fight here. I'm like 100% sure you guys can hear that. So if I suddenly go offline, that's probably what happened. Mother Nature just didn't want you guys to watch the run, I guess. Yeah, we're all a little rack inside, I think. Especially like D-Rack. He even has Rack in his name. Yeah, that that green split right there was bad because I got thrown out of the pirate or the hookshot room, so I could have golded that split too, but it was just bad. I think Twinmold actually went okay. I don't really remember, but I don't remember Twinmold being that bad. Iraq, yeah. You should have done it. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't think, anyway. But by now, the routes have pretty much synced up. Like, all the time save that I would have gotten has already been had. Wow, I'm bad. But yeah, my old route and this new route are synced up now. Like, there's no difference from here on out. Lab instructor wants you to go to their chromatin club when they have it. What would they talk about at that kind of club? I mean, chromatin's cool and all, but how do you have a whole club about it? Is it like a genetics club, or...? Alright, so my bomb count is really low right here, so I have to go grab bombs. And this is a big time waste right here. Because I was really, like, it wouldn't have been that bad, but I was actually really slow about it. That could have been a lot better. Yeah, maybe they talk about Google Chrome at the Chromatin Club. The sky just like opened up. It's raining so hard right now. If my internet goes out, I think I'll let the run continue and just continue to do the splits and stuff, and then upload this to YouTube or something, because I want to upload it to, or I want to put my time on ZSR, so I have to some sort of proof. Hopefully, that won't be an issue. But this is the hardest it's rained all year, so who knows? Yeah, McGrath, you're probably right. But it sounds like you've actually gone to the Chromatin Club already. This fight actually went pretty well. Even though I got hit right there, it was not that bad. If you wait there at the beginning, I found, he will come straight at you. I actually lost time right here because I had to go grab those bombs. Hey Alice, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. So here's the time waste. That should have worked, I think, but it just didn't. In my PB splits, or, you know, the first run I did with this route, well, that was a huge waste of time. I don't know why I did that. I forgot, that was so dumb, I didn't even expect that I would have done that. But in the 2:12 time I got, I actually stored Song of Double Time right here in the race, which luckily I caught it in time, because if I had tried to finish the cycle with that, that would not have been good, because I would have had to have done Woodfall all over. Because of course, Song of Double Time doesn't actually save your game. Overall, it could have gone a lot better than it did, but it didn't go that badly. It's probably maybe 10 to 20 seconds of mistakes right here. And I'm pretty sure, like, yeah, the story Song of Double Time in my PB, quote-unquote, was a big waste of time, so not a huge deal. Tastes good with garlic. Add that to the quote by 2014, I guess. Now I did waste time right here by shooting too high, and I wasted a bomb or an arrow right there. But overall, not a bad fight. Probably like 5 to 10 seconds wasted. I don't know, I always felt Adalwa's death screen was pretty appropriate. We did just wreck him in like 15 seconds. Now, of course, I could have done a little better, but not a big deal. I'm not worried about all these little mistakes quite yet. I mean, of course, in future runs, I'm going to want to try to minimize all that, but for right now, I can be happy with all the, 1 to 2 second mistakes. But over the course of a run, if you make 10 or 20 of those, that's quite a bit of time. That in the future, I'd love to not make those mistakes anymore. And they're easy mistakes, too. Or, easy to fix, I should say. Alright, thank you for coming out, Bird. Tell Bear I said hi. Now, of course, coming up, we have the infamous Lullaby skip, which I'm sure you all have come to know and love over the couple of months I've been running this game. I mean, aren't we really all figments of our own imagination, if you really think about it? I think I wasted a bomb shoe right there, but I wasn't paying attention. I do have 12 bomb shoes, though. I'm not really sure how that works. Usually, I think I have 11 right there. I'll have to go back and watch that. I don't think that blows that up. Yeah, so I had to be very careful up there. More people should learn how to do it unbuffered. Too many people take too much time buffering that, and it's really just not hard to learn to do it unbuffered. I mean, if one out of every 30 attempts you accidentally soar a ground jump, it's really not that big of a deal. Because I've seen people take, 10 buffers to do that, which is just a huge waste of time. I was actually really worried right here because I didn't blow up that one snowball, so I wasn't really sure what was going to happen up here. And then I almost got wrecked right there too, of course. And right here, I'm pretty sure I saw my life flash before my eyes, but that worked out pretty well. Now in the race, if you were watching it, right here I got wrecked because I was doing the side hops to the door, and I got blown off, but I managed to do it that time, which is why I saved so much time right there. Because in the splits before that, or the run before that, I had to do it, the entire part of that all over again. Fortunately, I didn't have to go back in time at all. Now, I think I go grab bombs right here, and the reason I do that is because I think 20 explosives is pretty much perfect, or the exact amount you need. So I decided I'd rather waste 8 seconds right here than not have enough explosives. You know, Davy Jones, I think, isn't that called, like... Oh wait, never mind. I was like, maybe that's solipsism or solipsism? I forgot what the actual word is. But I don't think that's exactly the same. That's what I'm thinking of anyway. I'm not sure if I do this on... I think I do this unbuffered. Yeah, I decided to give it one extra go, so my weird shots right there were not perfect by any means. Yeah, I was working on Dagbot for a while, but I don't know how to do quotes. I would have to figure out how to do it. I don't know anything about programming anything. I mean, I know how to do some stuff, but not like... I have to, learn myself. That sounded wrong, but I wasn't going for teach myself right there, believe it or not. But the gist of what I was trying to say was I would have to teach myself quite a bit of stuff. But anyway, the Blizzard fight does not go perfectly by any means, but believe it or not, even though it looks bad, I don't think I really wasted that much time. Maybe 5 seconds or something. I was thinking about adding a fire arrow split, but I just don't really care that much. I don't think I really need one. I could have gone badly right there because I un-Z targeted, but it worked out fine. Yeah, the world record is 128.50. My PB is actually 139.13. I know it says 212, but that was during a race, and it was my first run with the new route. And this was my second run with the new route. So my PB is not actually that far away from it. Right here is a moderate time waster, I would say. I'm just glad that went well. Yeah, this is a PB. But since I got it offline, I thought I would just like restream it, just so you guys could watch. And also, I need it to be like on Twitch, so I can put it on ZSR or whatever. I could have uploaded it to YouTube, but I didn't have commentary on it because I just did it offline. Yeah, maybe I'm joking though. Maybe this really isn't a PB, and I've been leading you guys along here. Now the goat fight goes pretty well, but I didn't wait long enough at the end, which you'll see in just a second. So instead of coming towards me and dying like right in front of me, he goes the other way, so I have to walk like all the way to him. Which isn't that big of a deal, but I could have saved quite a bit of time here. Quite a bit more time anyway. This is not the 139, no. The 139 I did a couple of days ago, and that was like a week ago now. It was during a race, and that was a completely different route than what I'm using right here. Yeah, I just want all the Twitch bucks, even though I actually don't get anything from Twitch at all. No Twitch bucks. No Twitch cents either. Alright, that was a little bit of a late split, but whatever. It was only like 2 seconds late, maybe. So I'm about 10 minutes ahead right now of the first run I did of this route. I'm not sure how this compares to my actual PB though. Yeah, click the lunk. Definitely do that. It was kind of a waste of time to pause right there, but not a huge deal. watching a video of Nick where he was discussing YouTube changing and all the content I do, you know? I'm worried a little bit, but the entire idea of Twitch is like video game streaming. So if they were to crack down really hard on copyright, that would be just stupid for them to do, I think. I'm okay with them, like, not allowing people to stream copyrighted music. Like, that shouldn't have ever been allowed in the first place, and it's actually not. They just don't care that much. But if they start cracking down on actual game streaming, that's just gonna be... It seems like, to me, I'm not a businessman or anything, but it seems like it would just be a waste of money for them to buy Twitch just to ruin it like that. I've got to figure out how to do the dive right there. I really don't know how to do it. Not that much time, it just looks a lot better than that. Alright, so here's a time loss right here. I could have saved time if I'd gotten up there, and I waste quite a bit of time right here trying to get up there. So in my next run, hopefully I do not make all these mistakes. This is probably like a 20-second mistake or something, maybe more. And if I do that, I just come over here and grab magic and arrows and hearts and all that, just to be... If I'm gonna waste time like that, I might as well make it a little bit more worth it. This was also bad movement, by the way. And that was also bad right there. It wasn't a big deal, but I didn't get the quick grab on the ledge. Welcome back, Redemption. I can't believe that hurt me. I guess I kind of can. That went pretty well right there. First try weird shot, and I got the bomb drop that I probably didn't need, but I'm glad I got it anyway. Alright, so I got a first frame weird shot right there, which is bad, because if you get a first frame weird shot that close to the fence or whatever, you can't actually make it through. So rather than waste time trying to get another unbuffered weird shot, I thought I would just buffer in the weird shot to make sure I get it. You're getting a PB on 2048. I'm not sure what my PB on 2048 is. I think it's like 25,000 for the score. You're addicted to Isaac right now. I was addicted to Isaac for quite a while. Right now, I just don't even feel like playing it ever. Like, sometimes I'll boot it up and be like, alright, I'm gonna, like, go for Platinum God again or something. And I'm just tired of it. I got chest swag right there, by the way. Alright, so in the run with these splits, the 2 hour and 12 minute run, right here, I failed the BK skip, so I had to go back in time and grab more rupees and bombs and all that. So all I had to do right here was not fail the BK skip, and I would save probably like 5 to 10 minutes or something. Well, I mean, I got Platinum God. I just, sometimes I feel like I want to do it again. And then I realize I don't. I don't know how that didn't hit it, by the way. I guess it was just a hair too low. But yeah, I totally got Platinum God like a year and a half ago. Alright, so moment of truth. All I have to do right here is hit the BK skip, and we're saving quite a bit of time. Like crazy time. I'm 9 minutes and 45 seconds ahead right now. Just wait if I hit it to see how far ahead I'll be. But who knows, maybe this is all part of the trick. Maybe this is where it all comes crashing down and this was all a joke. The funny thing is, like, I forget to mention this in my actual runs, but when you do Song of Time storage right there, your sound gets really weird. I'm not really sure why. Oh, there of all places, why it gets so weird. It is actually possible, and I didn't know this until after I did this run last night. You don't even have to do a mega flip there. You can just do backflips like this and make it. So from now on, I might not even do a mega flip there, because if you fail a mega flip, you waste quite a bit of time, and you could even fail it entirely. That was a little bit of a lazy flip, but not a big deal. I think that might have actually been when I split the first time, so pretty accurate. I tried to go for the double shot right here, but I didn't quite get it. I'm gonna start, when I get to Twinmold, I'm gonna try and go for the double shot at the beginning from now on, and also I'm going to try and maybe pause buffer a little more. I don't like to pause buffer Twinmold stuff too often, but it can help in some situations. Now I tried to go grab this magic right here, so this is probably a big waste of time that wasn't really necessary, and I don't even remember if I get the magic in the first place. Alright, so I did end up getting it, but it was probably, like, I didn't even need to. And at this point, I'm just, like, wasting arrows and magic for not much reason at all. But that was the third fire arrow shot on the blue one. And now I just have to land a couple of light arrows and a couple of regular arrows, maybe. We're golden. Yeah, this was not a particularly good Twinmold, but it wasn't awful either. Got lucky with magic drops, too. So I tried to take a couple of daring shots. Like, that could have been amazing right there, but I did miss that final shot. But it wasn't that big of a deal. Twinmold does tend to determine how good your run is. Like, if you have a really bad Twinmold, your run's probably, if it was good before, it's probably bad now. I actually almost forgot to activate Song of Time storage right there, which would have been awful. Because after you kill a boss, you can't activate it anymore. And if I hadn't activated it, I would have had to have watched that cutscene right after this. Which would have been awful. Because that's a pretty long cutscene. So now all we have left, really, is Bomb, God RNG, and the Majora fight. Yeah, I got kind of tired of 2048 after I got 2048 the first time. Like, I was never really into the actual, like, the time, or what am I talking about? The point scoring thing. I was more interested in seeing how high I could get the tile. Yeah, somebody should try and ban crack. We can't be having that in the chat. That could have been really bad right there, but it worked out okay. So the bomb gods were not good to us on the first pile of grass. And right here, I was kind of worried that we were going to get screwed over by bomb god RNG. But we did get RNG right here, which of course is a good thing. If you have to go to the second pile of grass, it only loses like 4 seconds, I think. Maybe a little more. The time is actually very good. Like, it looks like it's going to be bad because my PB, quote-unquote, was a 2-hour and 12-minute run. But that was only because it was my first run with the new route. And this is actually my second run with the new route. So my real PB is 1 hour and 39 minutes and 13 seconds. And this is on pace to beat that. feeling you're joking, but it is Japanese. This game was actually not released on the IQ. I think it was slated to be released on the IQ, but I'm really glad it wasn't, because we don't have to deal with that whole thing Ocarina of Time has to go with the IQ. Like, I'm totally down with using the IQ for Ocarina of Time, but I think it does make it more simple to not have to worry about it. It's in Japanese, not English, because there's a small amount of time saved from the text. I called it chat at first. The text in Japanese is faster than English, and also there's some glitches like power crouch stabs that don't work in English. And also in English, you can't sneak into the hookshot room. And those are really the only two that I can think of, but they do save quite a bit of time. But I did get the Super Slide of Victory, Success, I forgot what we actually call it. But I did get that. Unfortunately, I derped here at Majora, wasted quite a bit of time here. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing any runs or not. Any live runs, anyway. Probably not, to be honest. So the major mistake here with Majora is here with Phase 1, because I don't know what I was doing right there, but I let Majora get away from me, and Majora trolls me probably harder than I've ever seen Majora troll me. Look how long it takes him to stop moving. So I started at like 134, 54. Like, look at this. It took him an entire, like, 13 seconds to not move. Or to stop doing that spinning thing. Once I finally actually got him down, I was able to kill him, but that first phase was not good. Forgot what game he was playing, because he was spinning to win there, so he would kill him. The Doctor Under the Mountain thing you're following. I do appreciate the rather clever usernames. So that went pretty awfully, but it wasn't that bad. Also, unfortunately, I did not get the... I don't know why I thought it'd be a good idea to kill him. I really have no idea why I did that. I'm lucky I grabbed his, like, ankle right there, because if he had gotten away from me, that could have been a long fight. So I'm not sure why I shot 2 arrows right there, and also I got wrecked by a remain, so I had to use my fairy, which luckily I had, because I have a feeling I would not have survived the fight after this. Actually, I did survive. I didn't get hit anymore, so I didn't have to use my fairy, but who knows what would have happened. So that's a 137.27, which on the leaderboards puts me in 12th place. I sub CFG, so I'm happy about that. I'm directly behind Shogun, who is directly behind Roger Hill. So I'm climbing up the rungs of the ladder here. That was a pretty good run. I'm pretty happy with that. Like, I'm not done by any means, but... Or I'm not done running the game, I should say. I'm probably done for today. But I'm happy with that, but I have a lot of room to improve. Alright, see you, Alice. Nah, I'm pretty sure I'm done streaming for now. Yeah, my sum of best is not that much better than my actual PB now, which doesn't really happen ever. Why did I steal someone else's run? Well, if you go back to the beginning of the run, you'll see the file name was Dag, so unless somebody decided to steal my file name and then I stole their run, I can assure you I did not steal anybody's run. And who would steal this run, by the way? It's not even good. Alright, I do feel like we should raid somebody, though. I actually got rid of the chat, so I can't even see the chat right now. I'm trying to determine who we should raid. Do you think we should raid Bear? Alright, I'm gonna raid Bear. I want you guys to raid with the blank raid. Alright, raid with all your might, get in there, wreck the chat, and stick around and watch Bear, because he is a really good streamer. But I'm done for today. I will see